Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground. We're always in control. And when you think
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FL Teams Live. We have a big Sunday night ahead of us. It's primetime football, Sunday night football, but most importantly, the Dolphins have a huge game against, well, a team led by Justin Herbert, the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's welcome in Jeremiah Hensley, Jeff Macalino. This is going to be a crazy game, and here on FL Teams, we have you guys covered because this is a live watch party, live reactions, live commentary, comedy, you name it. But before we begin, I want to give a quick shout out to this man. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Jeff. And Jeremiah, as always, the Miami Dolphins guy here alongside me. We are excited, Jeremiah. It's not just another Dolphins game. It's not just a primetime game, but Tua gets to face off against Justin Herbert. We know there's a lot of controversy around those two QBs and specifically the NFL draft.
We're 1-0 so far. Tua's got him 1-0. So, look, really, man, this is just, to me, it's crucial. We're coming down that stretch. Playoffs are starting to come into the picture. You got Buffalo in Buffalo next week. A lot of games lined up. So this is really, how are we going to bounce back after a pretty embarrassing loss to San Francisco last week? So it should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. And as always, make sure to check out flteams.com. That's where we are streaming today on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Guys, feel free to comment, leave us some questions, whatever. We will read them during the show. Keep us busy. No, I'm sure the game will keep us busy. Anyway, we want to just talk about a few things before the game starts at 8:20. First of all, this was another crazy week of football. Let's start off with the Lions beating the Vikings. I would call it an upset, but based on the lines, it wasn't. Jeff, I know I put on Twitter a clip of you predicting that. So I want to go to you. What are your thoughts on that game today?
I think the Lions made a statement. And look, they were a game and a half with the tie behind the Commanders and the Giants there for that last playoff spot, game behind the Seahawks. Lions are clearly the hottest team out of that group. Dan Campbell's got them guys playing, and they just added Jameson Williams back, from injury. That offense is lethal, and the defense coming together. It's young, but it's coming together. I like the Lions, and they're going to be a handful for someone in the postseason.
Yeah, definitely. Jeremiah, I know you wanted to discuss this game. Brock Purdy beats Tom Brady. It's not just any quarterback beating Tom Brady. It's Mr. Irrelevant.
I don't even know what to say, man. Jeff, you and I talk about it every Wednesday. I keep believing. I think it's finally time to bury Tom. I mean, that was just embarrassing all the way around, man. San Francisco, they know what they're doing. Debo's back to running the ball. Purdy's not making mistakes. I still have a hard time respecting San Francisco. I don't know what that is. It's a personal bias. But look, Tampa Bay's just they're going to get in the playoffs, and that's embarrassing, quite honestly. I mean, they're really bad. They're not even as good as their record is.
Yeah.
No.
And Jeff, you're obviously here as a Saints fan. I guess I said this the last time we had a live show. You're going to moderate the talk between me and Jeremiah because you're not a Chargers fan. You're not a Dolphins fan. You're a Saints fan. Just talk about the Saints and obviously the rivals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, the Bucs are a pitiful football team. There's no other way to say it. I mean, look, they got gifted a game by the Saints last week. They got gifted a game by the Rams. Yeah, Jeremiah's right. They're not even as good as their record says they are. Tom Brady is not Tom Brady. I know. Again, I made this joke. If he plays another 5 years and he can't throw the ball 5 yards down the field, how long do we keep calling him the GOAT until we call him a problem? He can't get the ball down the field with accuracy. He missed a throw to Mike Evans that should have been a touchdown in this game. He also had Scotty Miller running wide open, badly underthrew him. This wasn't a contest because the Bucs aren't as good of a football team as the 49ers, but people need to give Brady a break at this point. He's an old man. He should have retired with grace and dignity and a wife. But instead, he wanted to come back and embarrass himself by stumbling into the playoffs with a losing record. Watch out for Sam Darnold in those Carolina Panthers, though. Only a game back. They play the Bucs. They've already beaten the Bucs once. They also have a free game against the Saints, that free spot on the bingo card. The Panthers still get to cash one of those in. So, I think the Bucs will probably take the division. Look, the AFC South, speaking of Florida teams, the AFC South's not looking like they're going to put much better of a division winner in the playoffs either.
Yeah.
Who's showing up on the playoff picture now in the AFC because of only being 2 games back? The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Exactly. And, the number 1 overall pick of any draft is supposed to turn out good. And I think Trevor Lawrence is finally living up to those expectations. And it's funny, it's not necessarily like the Jaguars are supplying him with the best weapons. He's making Evan Ingram look like a superstar. And this is a guy that no team really wanted, after the Giants didn't get rid of him. But, after the Giants didn't want him back. Let's just move on quickly. Obviously, you touched on the Panthers picking up a big win over the Seahawks. The Seahawks have looked good this season, so that's surprising. How about the Chiefs-Broncos game? The Broncos gave the Chiefs an unexpected scare towards the end, and Russell Wilson finally showed up when everyone shut the game off. I think that's the takeaway from that game. Russell Wilson was good towards the end, but no one was watching at that point. I don't know.
The Broncos got a month of scoring out in one game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, to wrap back on Carolina for a second, man, when I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine this morning, when you talk about playoff football and what wins, it's always the same thing. Can you run the ball? Can you stop the ball? Right? Can you run? Can you stop the run? It always boils down to that. And watching Carolina today, they just lined up and just took it to Seattle.
Yeah.
In Seattle. I mean, their offensive line was opening huge holes. I mean, between Chuba Hubbard, Deontay Foreman, and then the other kid who came in, Blackshear, they were just grading it, man. And I didn't realize, I haven't watched Carolina play this year, but their offensive line, they got some men up there, man. Those guys really mauled it.
Yeah, definitely.
Russell Wilson, they said he was going to put on a show, and he was, right? And then he looked as bad as Tua's Bengals concussion. I really did. When he was laying on the ground, like there was nobody home.
And there's a big age difference as well.
Yeah, I mean there was nobody home when he went down. But
yes.
It's a shame. I hope Russell does put it together, and hopefully this isn't that severe. Brett Rippon looked all right, but too little, too late for Broncos country.
Exactly. So
can I put a point on Seattle? Just a insult to injury. You know what their record is against the NFC South this year? 0-4. They lost to every NFC South team. They don't belong in the playoffs because of that.
No, that's
interesting.
Bad. Yeah. So, look, Dolphins kickoff coming up in just a few minutes. I just want to highlight on a few more things. Deshaun Watson picks up his first touchdown in almost 90 years. The Texans, speaking of the scare that the Broncos gave the Chiefs, the Texans almost beat the Cowboys. They were very close. And on our power ranking show this week, we were discussing how dominant the Cowboys are against the Texans, the worst team in the NFL. Remember, we had the Texans as the worst team anonymously, and they almost beat the Cowboys. Just give us our quick thoughts on that one.
I think Jeff called me out on it again. I got a little hyped up over the Cowboys at the final score of the week before, right? But you got to think this was maybe a little bit of a letdown game. But the Cowboys don't seem to have that sustained offense. They take the foot off the pedal a lot. And Houston, to be as bad as they are, there's not a whole lot of games Houston's been completely blown out of this year. They really are playing hard. And they're fighting. So you got to like to see that. But yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah. And obviously there were 2 big divisional games today. The Bills beat the Jets and the Eagles beat the Giants. I thought that Eagles-Giants game was going to be closer than expected, but Jalen Hurts is so dominant. Jeff, you're an NFC guy. What are your thoughts on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' expectations come playoff time?
they're hitting on all cylinders right now. I've been skeptical. Jeremiah and I have often talked about, they're barely squeaking by against teams like the Texans. They're playing a crappy schedule. They're still not blowing these teams out. They played two playoff teams, the caliber we can debate, but the Titans and the Giants, they blew the doors off those teams. Jalen Hurts, I noticed some flaws in his game. Obviously, everyone did the past couple of years, but even earlier this season, I'd noticed the little accuracy underneath. I had some problems with it. It's not a problem anymore. He and Nick Sirianni are on the same page. That offense is clicking. The defense is playing well. That's a scary team, and I've been very skeptical of them all year. These last 2 weeks, I mean, hopefully for Eagles fans, although, I wish the worst to everybody in Philadelphia. Hopefully for Eagles fans, they're not peaking too early. That's the only thing I could say, because right now they're head and shoulders above the rest of the conference and maybe the NFL.
There was something else that just came off that is the Titans. I mean, we mentioned Jacksonville winning, but Tennessee again looked like they were putting everything together. They run into Philly. Philly just walked them. And then in the second half of that game today, Derrick Henry had 98 yards rushing in the first quarter. He finished the game with 100 yards rushing. The Jaguars held Derrick Henry to 2 yards rushing in the entire second half. I mean, when you do that, and if you can routinely do that to Tennessee, then you got to wonder how strong they're going to be coming out of that as well.
Exactly. And that's why our power ranking show is a must watch every Wednesday night, because these power rankings are always moving up and down. And who knows? And specifically this game, let's talk about this game, Chargers and Dolphins. The winner of this game will move up, and the winner of this game will move down. It's as simple as this. The Dolphins literally have a playoff spot on the line, and the Chargers are right now out of the playoff picture, but because the Jets lost, and if they win, the Dolphins will lose, the Chargers could be in the playoffs. This is a big game. Obviously, they are the home team, but there's been a lot of questions. Justin Herbert was way better last year. He hasn't been as good this year, but there's been some injuries. But again, he is facing a banged-up Dolphins secondary, as the secondary has been banged up all year. So, Jeremiah, obviously, you may have some bias, but we don't care. I'm a Dolphins fan too. Look, give us your prediction for this game. Just tie in everything. Special teams, offense, defense, Tua, Justin Herbert, being on the road, prime time. What do you have to say?
Austin Eckler scares me. He's the most productive running back in the game right now, and he catches it out of the backfield. It gives the Dolphins trouble every time. I still think the Dolphins win this. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as most people think. I think we're probably looking something like 24-17, 24-20. We got to commit to the run again, and I sound like a broken record when I say this, but we gave up on the run last week, even though we were within 7 with San Francisco at the end of that game. I'm hoping Armstead's playing. I don't know how. I haven't even checked in on that.
He is.
He is.
Good. Armstead's back. Signing Eric Fisher and bringing him in as well. I mean, we realize that as the offensive line goes, so goes Tua. A couple playmakers are back. Mike Williams is playing. But really, if you look at the Dolphins all year, the number one receiver, quote unquote, number one receiver for the other team really hasn't bitten us that hard. It's not. I mean, there's been secondary guys who do that and come off. I mean, we contained Debo last week. So I think, Miami's defense needs to really come up strong. We need to get pressure on Herbert. I think we can turn him over a couple times, and then on offense, run the ball. I mean, do what you know you're supposed to do, get a lead, but I'd like to see us control this game instead of play from behind.
Yeah, great take, Jeremiah. Now, Jeff, obviously, you have no bias in this, so I'm really looking forward to your feedback. Obviously, you don't see the Chargers and Dolphins that much because you're an NFC guy, you're a Saints fan, but obviously you are a very good NFL fan. You know your stuff. So just what are your thoughts about this matchup, just comparing both of these teams?
Yeah, I mean, I give the Dolphins the edge on what has happened so far this year. Teron Armstead I'll say it again. I said it Wednesday. I think might be the most valuable player on the Dolphins. He's playing. That's a good sign for the Dolphins. There's some good pass rushers on the other side. The Chargers really, Herbert's had a down year, but at the same time, he hasn't had a full complement of weapons at all. I mean, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have played very few snaps. Less than 100. I want to say it was around 30 snaps. They've been on the field the same time. Meanwhile, Josh Palmer has developed as a pretty good receiver. Gerald Everett at tight end. Obviously, they've got Eckler. They got a lot of weapons going out tonight. This is kind of I think, the first time they've kind of had a full complement with Allen, Williams, Palmer, Eckler, Everett. I'll be interested to see what kind of stress that puts on the Dolphins defense. But the Chargers, I think they're a poorly coached team. I do think that is, frankly, quite a difference. Fun thing here is, the Jets fans and Patriots fans are sitting at home rooting for the Dolphins tonight to help them with that last wild card spot. And the Dolphins, too, really, they can put some distance between themselves in that seventh, missing the playoffs completely by winning this game. So it's a big game for both teams, obviously. I give the Dolphins an edge based on what I've seen this year, frankly, but it'll be interesting to see the Chargers offense and how they gel together tonight.
Yeah, I completely agree, Jeff. And I guess it's time for my prediction. And as you guys should know, I am always a controversial Dolphin fan because I hate it when the Dolphins win, but they win on a shaky note. I love when a team wins and they are that team. And with the Dolphins this year, they just haven't been that team. They win some games where they could have easily lost, and they win some games against bad teams, and they still looked shaky. Our last watch party broadcast here on FL Teams was the Steelers-Dolphins game on primetime football. The Dolphins won that game, but it was very stressful against a very bad Steelers team. And this Chargers team is not bad at all, but we know the Dolphins are better. Yes, the Dolphins are on the road, but weather's not a factor this week. Maybe it will be a factor. I mean, it will be next week against the Bills. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast. But for this game tonight, the Dolphins are going up against an offense that can hurt this team. Miami struggles against running backs. Our run defense has always struggled, but specifically shifty running backs. Austin Eckler, as you said, Jeremiah, is very shifty. He can easily eat up this Dolphins team. However, I am confident that Justin Herbert will be pressured. Bradley Chubb has heated up these last few weeks. Melvin Ingram is finally being seen on the field. And Zach Sealer, he is putting together some solid games. I wanted to give a shout out to him. So I'm confident in the Dolphins holding, the Chargers pass attack in check. But I am concerned about this Dolphins offense again. We know Tyreek's not going to get stopped. We know Waddle's not going to get stopped. Luckily, Armstead is back. However, if this Chargers team, I don't know. I think Khalil Mack, right? He's healthy, right? I get confused with Khalil Mack and Von Miller. Von Miller's the one that's injured. Khalil Mack is healthy. He could cause some trouble. I don't know. It's just when Tua has time in the pocket, he's amazing. When he doesn't have time in the pocket, he struggles. We saw that last week against the 49ers. So I guess my prediction is that the Dolphins are going to win. I just don't see the Chargers secondary stopping Hill and Waddle. And with Armstead back, I don't see Tua struggling in the pocket. It's as simple as this. Tua needs to stay focused. He's on the road, primetime football. Still a lack of experience at that position. I was really looking forward to that Bengals-Dolphins game, but Tua unfortunately got injured. So we really haven't seen Tua on the road on primetime football. So I'm looking forward to this game tonight. Kickoff in just a couple of minutes. Jeremiah and Jeff, I am really looking forward to seeing Tua have a bounce-back game after that performance against a very good 49ers defense. But again, the 49ers defense being good, that's not an excuse. The Dolphins are a playoff team, and if they want to win in the playoffs, they have to get yardage against these defenses.
These are the kind of games you got to win. Hey, so Jeff, I know you're going to be subjected to a ton of Dolphins talk here for the next little bit. So I have to ask you, and it just feeds into the fact that Goodell hates the Saints. How you going to get fined on your week off? like, dude.
You know, the funny thing, there's two things to point out. One is that, so for people who don't know, Cameron Jordan and the Saints coaches and organization were fined over $500,000 because he faked an injury against the Bucks. One thing that's funny is he got an MRI the day after the game, and it showed he had a strained something metatarsal. I think it's a sprained toe. He thought it was an ankle sprain. You can also see him before the Bucks hurry up to the ball, get up off the ground, and he is limping. This was actually an injury. Of course, with all the injuries, the Bengals did one last week in their game against the Chiefs, where I think it was Bates just dove to the ground because they were shuffling personnel, and he just decided to fall down and fake an injury. Of all teams to get fined, of course, it's a team who wasn't faking an injury that got fined. It should be overturned, but of course it's the Saints who Goodell goes after. He's an evil demon creature. He's the worst thing about the National Football League. So
that's a big number.
I'm not biased about that.
That's a big number. I mean, that's a big. That's a lot of money.
Well, it's interesting that they gave him an MRI the next day for a fake injury, isn't it?
Right. Hey,
I love
the lie, buddy. Commit to the lie.
What is it called? The Vikings running back. It wasn't Dalvin Cook. It might have been Madison. He got fined this week for having that touchdown dance where he got injured, but then he faked it and did that butt thing. Whatever. It's a TikTok trend. I'm on TikTok. I'm that age, so I loved it. But of course, the NFL is going to fine him.
All right, it's game time, fellas.
An old Key and Peele thing, man. 3 pumps. That's a penalty.
Dolphins getting the opening kickoff.
Okay, so here it is. Kick up and away. We have a Sunday night football game underway. Underway here. Getting to see the field first.
I'll be right back on this.
Yep.
And for anyone watching, if the game's ahead of us or we're ahead of the game, just hit pause for a few seconds and line the timing up.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So, Dolphins have the ball first. Jeff, I know when we last saw the Dolphins on FL teams, it was the Steelers game, right? We were questioning Mike McDaniel's play calling. So, hopefully, this game won't be that case.
Run the ball. It's the whole AFC. I mean, the 3 top teams in the AFC East have a lack of commitment to running the ball. I don't get it.
Yeah. So, this game starts off with a fake handoff. Good coverage by the Chargers. That was a very deep pass for the first play of the game, but Tyree could not haul it in. It looked like he had a step in front of the Chargers secondary. Let's look at that replay. Was it a good throw? That was a good throw. Very good throw. Just good defense by the Chargers. Yeah. Number 32 on Los Angeles got a hand on that ball.
Just don't understand again. We're going to go play action instead of just run the ball first. Don't you have to run to establish play action?
Yeah. Play action doesn't work if you don't think handing off the ball is a possibility.
Another fake handoff and a dropped catch by Waddle on that slant. Look, I'm going to tell you, now it's third down. You can't run it. So this is what we see happen. The Dolphins get behind in these drives, and then they don't run.
Did Waddle have a drop or 2 last week?
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you this, man. The world changes. Like I was talking about the Panthers earlier. You run the ball for 4 yards on first down. You're sitting 2nd and 6. The whole playbook. The world is your oyster. You go 0 for 2 straight incompletions. You're 3rd and 10. Of course, you got no option here.
Yeah. All right. Third down, 2 in the pocket. Quick throw, incomplete. That's a bad pass intended.
3 and out for a total of 14 seconds of possession time.
Yeah. Hey, 3 passes there, 3 incomplete passes, 2 thrown to Hill. Now, the first 2 passes were on the money. I have to say that. This one, again, we have to look at the replay before we make initial thoughts, but that one was to the right of the already diving Tyreek Hill. I don't know what's going on here.
This is where I have problems, though, with McDaniel all year. You're coming out, you're on the road. It's prime time. Instead of trying to establish any kind of possession, try to run the ball, eat a little clock, let the defense get set. Hey, nice special teams tackle,
that
though.
is some tackle right there. So the Chargers are going to get the ball inside their own 15.
You know, that third down throw, they didn't show a replay. I think Hill just missed it.
Yeah.
It looked like it went right through his arms.
Yeah, I wish they showed the replay. But
it looks like it was on target, and it just went between his arms.
Either way, Chargers have the ball. Not a good
Let's
start
not kid ourselves. If we go back and look at Dolphins highlights for the year, a lot of those catches that Waddle and Hill are making are pretty spectacular, right? Not everything's hitting them in stride. So eventually that's going to even out, right?
Yep.
Now there's a couple on that drive.
1st and 10. Justin Herbert under pressure gets the throw off. Oh, first down already for the Chargers. See, here's the problem again, Jeremiah. We start off slow. They start off fast. It can never be us starting off fast and them starting off slow.
14 seconds of possession on your first. It just doesn't make any sense to me. 14, run the ball one time. Get into the game. Like, good Lord. The offensive linemen don't even know what it feels like to get in the stance yet.
Exactly. All right, first down. Pitch play. Eckler. Oh,
we don't
my
seal
God.
that edge. It's going to be a long night.
Yep, another first down. So I don't know what to say. I mean, this is exactly how I knew the Chargers would play, but this is not how I expected the Dolphins to start.
Dolphins defense has been a lot of bend don't break this year, right? I mean, so we'll see. But I don't like not setting the edge. Mike Williams got out, or that was Keenan Allen got out in front and just completely sealed off.
Yeah, Chubb kind of cheated in too.
Yeah.
Chargers are nearing the 50-yard line. Handoff there, and there we go. We get a stop.
Man, I'm so glad you mentioned Sealer earlier. Man, he has played really well this year. If you don't watch Dolphins games, you don't understand how well Sealer has played this year. Him and Christian Wilkins on the inside really have made a huge difference to this offense or this defense.
And it hasn't been that way. It's usually, first of all, the Dolphins D-line hasn't always been the best. And when it has, it's usually the outside guys, Wake or Sue. Finally, some inside guys are, making statements.
Jalen Phillips is starting to get in the backfield a little more.
Yeah.
Oh,
we almost got the sack. Herbert, that's incomplete. But the Dolphins, they
make him uncomfortable. Make him uncomfortable.
Exactly. Let's see.
I get scared. I think I still have PTSD from the Bears game. Every time a quarterback steps up in the pocket, I'm like, he's going 80.
Oh, Wilkins missed the sack, but that's okay.
Yeah, he did. Chubb was right on him, too. Chubb's taking a couple bad angles this first drive.
Third
this
down.
Is where we love to come up.
Let's force a punt here.
0.
No pressure. Oh, no.
There's Wilkins again. Get him behind, Chubb.
Oh, there we go.
There
Dolphins are going to force a punt.
What's the flag? Holding?
Got to be holding on somebody.
Yeah.
I hate that call more than anything in the NFL.
Oh, my God. It's Kohu's been good this year, but the penalties, he commits a lot of penalties.
Automatic first down for a 5-yard penalty just doesn't seem right.
Oh, that is definitely a holding. It sucks because that didn't affect the outcome of the play. However, that is definitely holding. Definitely holding.
Well, he was looking there. So it may have affected the play, but
yeah. But
I gotta say, I wouldn't mind if they changed that so it wasn't an automatic first down.
Yeah.
This is the play that scares me all day.
Oh, Eckler got Jerome Baker. What a move.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
A little running back out on that flare scares the shit out of me all day, man.
Jeff, you seeing that? Jerome Baker got juked.
Oh, yeah.
So the Chargers, I guess they're moving. We would have forced a punt, but of course we commit a penalty. So they're past midfield. First down. I expect a pass here again. Nope, a run play. There we go. Nice tackle, Wilkins. So Wilkins is involved already.
Wilkins, Raekwon, and Sealer are doing a really good job this year for the Dolphins of stopping that run in the middle. Yeah, we're not really getting gashed in the middle. But watch if they go back out to the outside, the ends are doing a really shit job of setting the edge. They don't set the edge.
Yeah. But I tell you, Wilkins is making an impact already. And again,
He's a big energy guy too, man. Him and Raekwon Davis are good in there.
So that run was a gain of 0 yards. Eckler, oh my God. I mean,
Sealer out there getting him to turn back in.
Yeah. But hey, I could already tell you Eckler's going to cause us problems because that
I was
D-line
watching something today. It was like a TikTok video or something. They were like, hey, if you were redrafting the fantasy football draft of this year, Austin Eckler would be the number 1 pick. People don't pay attention to it. But I mean, as far as catching the ball all purpose back, like Austin Eckler's as good as anybody in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
back up on the cover 0. Bringing that 0 pressure.
3rd and 9. Herbert's going to take a deep shot.
Oh,
my goodness. What a catch by Mike Williams, Xavier Howard. I mean, I think that's just an amazing catch. Wow, Mike Williams.
You can't fault Xavier. Look at the way he holds up.
Wow, perfect throw. Oh, my goodness, Mike Williams. That's a heck of a catch.
If Xavier's looking back, he takes that shortcut and can pick him.
Yeah. Well,
it's not often you see that throw behind down the sideline here.
Mike Williams just fought his way to get in front of Howard.
He's a big body guy.
Yeah.
He's a really big body guy.
That was a 3rd down and 9 play. And
much as I hate the Chargers, I do like these uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got some good combinations. The powder blues are nice too.
Yes. That Mike Williams, guys, is still something.
He's a physical specimen. He just bodied Xavier and turned back. But wasn't bad coverage.
Oh, not at all. But I just think that Mike Williams moved Xavier Howard. And Xavier Howard could have held up a little better. But there's nothing you could do about that.
Well,
Xavier, it's just better offense.
His head back. He was still going
he didn't
down.
find the ball.
Yeah, he never found the ball.
I don't know. It's kind of iffy. Like, it was good cover. Whatever. I think it was just a great catch. You can't even, you can't question it. Whatever.
They have a guy on their name named or on their team named McKitty.
Yeah.
88 is McKitty.
Looks like Landon Roberts might be banged up. Yeah, Landon Roberts
probably makes the plays. I'm all right with that.
2nd and 9 here. Inside the red zone for the Chargers. Still scoreless. Fake handoff again. Rolling out. That's caught. Keenan Allen.
That's Xavier again. See, again, this is, we get the ball. We get a chance to set the pace for this game. We go 14 seconds and we're out. And now you're eating up, 5-minute drive?
Yeah, this is a long drive.
It's
still not over. Still not over. Again, this game in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium. Beautiful stadium. Quick
throw.
That's a
great little read by Herbert.
Nice 1st down. Yep.
We're locked up man on the right, and we got about a 10-yard cushion on the left. I mean, that was an easy 3 or 4-yard gain. All he had to do was just chuck it out, right?
Too easy. Way too easy.
Way too easy. I mean, look at there's nobody there. You see him coming off the edge. I mean, there's nobody within 10 yards of Gerald Everett right here.
Yeah.
And you got a blocker.
And he's an athletic guy, Everett.
Yeah, he is.
Good tackle by Eric Rowe, though. All right. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Money. Yeah, that's okay. Give it to Eckler 2 more times right there. I'm down with that.
They feed Eckler.
Good stop. I like how Wilkins is always in there. You always see him doing
He's
something.
a plug, man. He's a high-energy dude. Oh, speaking, dude, did you see Penei Sewell catch a 3rd and 7 pass today?
And guess what? So I saw a funny meme. So you know how people were saying like Jamar Chase should have been drafted higher? Well, they say he's a better receiver than Jamar Chase, so the argument's over.
Dude, Dan Campbell, just the onions on that dude. 3rd and 7 to ice the game. You throw it to Sewell. All right.
Hey, he's proving that it was a good draft pick. That's what he's doing. 2nd and goal, Herbert.
There you go. There's
Nice
where Riley
stop.
does well.
Yep.
Or no, who's that? That's Van Ginkel. AVK.
Tackle for a loss, Van Ginkel. The guy not many people know about, but we Dolphin fans know who he is. Another throw down. Jeremiah, how do we get a stop here? How?
I think we lock up. This plays well for the Dolphins because you can come up and you can press. You just got to set the outside. Just don't let Eckler get around the swing.
I love how they show McDaniel. He's the offensive guy, not the defensive guy.
This is a team that'll go on 4th, so.
3 receivers on the right. Short pass.
There you go.
And the Dolphins swarm him. Look at that.
Again, I said at the beginning of the drive, bend don't break. If we get out of this drive with a field goal.
Oh, they got to go for this, right?
They're going for it. Yep,
yeah, that's kind of what I meant by they'll go on 4th. Don't be surprised to try to pick up half.
Well, the Chargers, you said it earlier, Jeff. They're poorly coached.
I like this call. I like this call.
And you know what? You know why else I like this call? I think that if they fail, I think they could pressure Tua because they're at the 2-yard line. Yeah, they're at the 2-yard line. So they could pressure Tua when he gets the ball. Screen pass.
No, sir.
To the left. Oh, no. Nope. What? Dolphins make the stop. Still scoreless.
Why do NFL coaches hate points so much nowadays? Why do they hate them?
What a weird play call that was.
Well, he was already falling down.
He didn't stumble.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he might have got.
But either way, why do you hate points? You're at home on a Sunday night. You need a win. Why not go up 3?
I don't think pinning the Dolphins, getting them to start at the 1.5 yard line is a bad outcome for that drive.
Yes.
Sure, you're right.
Well, it actually is a bad outcome. If Baker Mayfield went 98 yards to it, Cam.
It could be.
No Baker Mayfield.
Look. Woo! Hey, it could be. You get a little slant to waddle a hill and 99 yards later. But I don't know, man. I'm a big proponent. As long as I've watched football, is take the points when you can get the points. Yep. How many times do you see this happen? Like in the Minnesota game, Minnesota-Detroit, right? The end of that game, they're down by, it was, I forget, they cut it to 8. But earlier in the drive, they had a 4th and goal from like the 2. Had they kicked the field goal, they would have only been down by like 3 or 4 later on, right? So, I mean, when they're sitting at that edge of their down, you can't see a 1/4 ahead. Had you kicked the field goal then, you're not trying to drive for a touchdown in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left.
Look, this is my take on it. If you're going to go for it on 4th down at the goal line, you have to have a play that you know is going to work. I am so fine with that play call. Matter of fact, if I'm a coach, I'm going for it too. But you have to have a play that you know is going to work. And that play was not a play that I know was going to work.
I'm obviously not a Dan Campbell guy. I just don't have the cojones to do that sort of stuff. You know, I mean, like, I just wouldn't. I'd just take the points. But you're right. It's not a bad outcome. You're starting the Dolphins inside the 3. I mean,
I think you've just got to be consistent in your method. So go for it every time you're 4th and goal inside the 3-yard line. If you make it 50% of the time, you're scoring more points than if you kick 2 field goals.
Exactly.
Valid point.
You're right. But hey, I mean, the Dolphins are going to get the ball right now at the 1.5 yard line. If they don't run it here, I'm going to call it quits here on 1st down. I mean, I just want to run up the middle. Come on.
I can see another play action trying to get Hill over the top.
I wouldn't be shocked if they took a shot here. Or just like you said earlier, a slant route, just put a guy, one of their fast guys.
Let's see. Okay. He's to us. Yeah. All right. Run up the middle, just like I said. There we go. Yep. Wasn't a lot of yards, but again, they did get the run. That was
nothing else. So let your defense start to breathe, right? You can't have another 14-second drive here.
Let the clock run. 5:35 remaining in the
Yeah,
first
here's the
quarter.
other thing. The Dolphins don't get a first down and they punt from here. Obviously, they've got the greatest punter in NFL history kicking for them, but the Chargers set up a nice field goal position. So that's another thing with going for it.
Is that slant incomplete? The Chargers say is. Yep, it is. Hill dropped it. Come on, Hill.
Yeah.
Third down. Oh my god. These third downs kill us. Oh, that was right in the hands of Hill. Yeah, he dropped it on the way down.
That's all right. Go ahead, Collinsworth. Get all over them. They're making play after play, but the scary thing is all it takes is one missed play.
You don't see that often from Hill, though. I will say that.
No, but I mean, these off the bat here, it's been him and Waddle.
Yeah, 3 targets to Hill.
I don't understand how Gesicki's not on the field during these.
Tua.
There's Tyreek.
That's a catch. And by the way, very, very good O-line on that play. Tua had an amazing pocket.
Dude, the safety was holding on him pretty tight, too.
And you know what?
If Hill would have just turned that straight up field, there's no way that safety turns and runs with him.
You know another thing about that play? It's not even that Tua got the throw off. He doesn't get hit when he gets the throw off. Fake handoff. Hill again. Oh, my God. What is going on with Hill, man?
I don't know.
He's a Pro Bowler. He shouldn't be doing this.
They're dedicating a lot of bodies to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got to figure, where's Waddle?
Oh, former Dolphin, Kyle Van Noy on the Chargers.
I know PFF's not the be-all, end-all, but my goodness, look at these rankings of these defensive players. Not good.
Well, their star cornerback is out, or safety, Derwin James. There's a handoff. That's going nowhere. Mostert gets eaten up. Another third down. Come on.
Neither team's been able to run up the middle at all.
No.
No?
Now you're back at 3rd and 10. Behind the sticks, man. Behind the sticks.
This is going to be a low-scoring game if we're going at this rate, where the Dolphins only convert on third down.
That's the other thing, man. You got to get your running backs. You got to get started. That O-line has to feel it. You got to get. I mean, it just gets progressively. Oh my God! Like 3/4 of the offensive line just. Did you hear that call?
The center.
No.
Oh, everyone but the center, right?
Yeah, he's like, false start. Everybody but the center.
Which means it was the center's fault.
Yep.
I mean,
Jesus.
They all. Now, it's 3rd and 15.
yeah, Tua was surprised the ball wasn't there.
3rd and 15. I don't even know what to do. They're going to throw it to Hill again, at least I think, but.
3rd and 15. You ain't got a lot
Get
of
Trent.
options.
Oh my God,
Quads
the Dolphins have a lot of receivers out there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Gracious.
Again, and this is where the throw was to Hill again.
What the
4 or 5 bodies around him.
Chargers. There's
Do
4
that-
Chargers there.
Do that again, Jeremiah. You're on the spotlight.
4 Chargers. Like, what the are you even looking at? Look at this.
Wow.
Then somebody had to be wide open. You can't have 4 guys covering one and somebody's not open.
So, these were my early thoughts on this game, if you guys hear me out. Number 1, Tyreek Hill is the only receiver Tua was looking at. Number 2, Tua is back to his inconsistent self. I don't know what Tua we're getting tonight. Right now, it looks like we're getting the one that makes bad choices. Except, to be honest, it's too early to say. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
I do feel a little bit like Stafford Cup right now. Like, I feel like he's forcing everything to Tyreek.
Yes.
And when the Dolphins really handled people, they spread the ball around. You had Trent Sherfield involved. You had Cedric Wilson, you Gesicki, everybody, right? I mean, I feel like Tyreek Hill's the only guy getting targets right now.
Yeah, which is fine, but it's
Let's
not
check
fine
my
when you
math.
have. It's fine when you don't have 4 cornerbacks on him, and that's what we.
Yeah, that
just
was
saw.
bad.
They're traveling their defense wherever Tyreek goes, so it's got to be a Jalen Waddle game.
Yeah,
I didn't-
look, dude, right now, Tua has thrown 7 passes, 6 to Tyreek Hill and 1 to Jalen Waddle.
And you know
Come
what?
on.
Usually we see Trent Sherfield get involved. I mean, obviously the first play of the game last week
or
was
Gesicki, or Alec Ingold, or somebody.
yeah.
You
Well,
can't. 6 passes.
now that we have a
Mostert
break,
or Wilson out of the backfield.
yeah. Now that we have a break, though, let's just give a quick plug to our partner, Symbol. Symbol is our amazing partner. They are the stock market for sports. Make sure to download the Symbol app. Make sure to use code FLTeams. And if you use that code FLTeams, you receive a free team stock valued up to $150 upon signing up. Again, that's Symbol, SIMBULL. Use code FLTeams. We'll be back in a second, ladies and gentlemen. Quick break. Okay, we are back from commercial break. Justin Herbert coming back on the field for the Chargers. Jeff, you're not a Dolphin fan. You're not a Charger fan. So give me your thoughts on this game so far.
It's early. One team moved the ball with relative ease down the field, and good start to their second drive here, too. The Dolphins, right now, everything on offense is looking difficult. It's early. It's only 2 possessions. The Chargers are clearly playing a defense of we're not going to let your best guy beat us. I mean, there's every time the ball gets near Tyreek Hill, he's got no room to maneuver. So someone else is going to have to step up.
We're stubbornly going straight to him anyway. It's like, okay, you're going to put 5 guys on him? We're going to throw every pass his way. Like, how about you just take what we're given right now?
And honestly, the Dolphins' defense hasn't been impressive at all. Obviously, we made that big 4th down stop when the Chargers went for it, but the Chargers got all the way down to the 2-yard line, and now they're past midfield with ease.
I feel like
this right here
the
is
Dolphins' defense hasn't dominated all year. They fold, they bend.
Joshua Kelly with that nice run. I tell you, I mean, if Joshua Kelly's going to give us problems, I don't know what's not going to give us problems.
It was another breakdown on the edge.
Yep.
Another handoff. See, when the running backs go up the middle, we're fine, but we do not set that edge, right, Jeremiah?
No, not setting the edge at all.
They do. The Chargers need to stop running up the middle.
I was just going to say that. Why are the Chargers still running up the middle?
Running into a damn brick wall every time.
Christian Wilkins again.
Yeah, Wilkins
oh, my
is just
goodness.
Dude's lunch.
But when he runs to the outside, you don't have to deal with him, so it's an easy decision.
You don't have to deal with anyone on the outside.
35.
With the Dolphins, you don't. You're correct. 3rd and 5.
Holland's up on the edge. Holland's coming. No, sir.
Wide open. Wide open.
Did he catch that?
Yes, he did.
He had control?
Yeah. That's Joshua Palmer on the catch.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
Palmer's a nice player.
What happened with that secondary? No one was even near him. Look at the replay. You don't see any Dolphin player.
I don't think he did. Look at this. There's 1 foot. Did that other one touch?
Yes, it touched barely. Barely. How did the ref see that? Yes.
I don't think that touched at all.
It touched
I
the
didn't
blade
see
of
any
grass.
pebbles come up.
The pebbles came off the first foot.
I don't
Challenge.
know.
Yeah, I don't think that foot touched.
Well,
The
either way,
pebbles themselves hit.
either way, Jeremiah, why was there no one near him? No one.
Yeah, again, you go cover 0, and they're giving them the little edge on the side, and I think that was Cater Kohu again. See, here you go. Pebbles coming up off the back. Yeah, no, that's not. He didn't touch.
It looks like
Is that going to be able to be overturned, though?
I don't know. They need to zoom in more. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's
I don't think they can say just because we didn't see rubber, we're going to overturn the call on the field.
Well,
Yeah, it was
again,
awful
obviously the original
I think
call
you're
was
right,
important.
though. I don't
do
think
you
he
think,
got
buddy?
it down.
We got a dog on the stream. Yeah, honestly, what it comes down to here is this challenge. I mean, if the Dolphins overturn this challenge, it's 4th down, 4th and 5, I think.
And
Are
then
the
they're
Chargers
definitely taking the field goal.
Are the Chargers in field goal range? Yes,
Yeah.
it's a long one, but yeah, they're not going to go for it at this point.
Yeah, it would be a 51-yard field goal.
Yeah, they'll go for it then.
Yeah, the more concerning thing is that, they were we blew the coverage. Even if we get this overturned, it wasn't a definitive stop on 3rd down. I mean,
exactly,
he was
and that's what I said.
Yeah.
Why was no one even in the camera angle? Right when they showed the replay,
It
no one
looks
was
like I was just running it back. It looks like no safety help. The defender was just cheating deep and got beat on the route.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Got it
Holland
deep
coming off the side, which kept Eckler in, right? Which wasn't a bad idea. Holland having to come off the right side made Eckler stick in the backfield, so we weren't susceptible to the little swing out. But with that happening, you could see when they lined up on the left side, the backs or the no safety help, then they're playing a little further back.
Yeah.
The Chargers receivers are large too, man. Josh Palmer's a big guy. Mike Williams is a big guy. Like our corners are kind of physically mismatched.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's tough when you don't have safety help and you've got a quarterback who can hit that deep ball.
yeah, who can take it over the top? That's a scary
because
proposition.
you're showing deep. You break that route off as a defender, you got a tough time playing that ball.
Let's see what we got.
I couldn't see if there was any push off or anything.
This holiday season, experience the magic of Winterfest. Mike McDaniel's 0 for 2 on challenges this year. Looks like it's going to be 0 for 3. Watching our three-time Super Bowl referee Terry McCauley. This angle gives us the best look, Terry. Absolutely.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did.
That's what I told
McDaniel's
you.
officially 0 for 3 on the season in challenges.
That's what I told you guys originally, but I wasn't confident. But I said they showed that camera angle originally. I said his cleat touched a blade.
It was right there.
A blade.
Well, you see it come, yeah.
A blade. Yep.
So the pebbles did come from that foot. Real time, it looked the exact opposite.
It's the birthday
it came
boy.
from both,
Jeff doesn't
but yeah.
lie.
Here comes Holland again.
Chargers at the 20-yard line. Herbert under pressure. Nice. Incomplete. Nice pressure.
Good job by Herbert getting to get out of bounds. But
looks like that was Ingram.
yeah, Holland again went to the outside. He pulled Eckler. And he pushes him up in the pocket. Or, well, Josh Jackson. See? Boom, he pushes him up. And then you got 77.
Who is 77?
Don't even know right offhand, man. How about that?
Who is he? And I thought that was Ingram because of the dreads, but it wasn't. Ingram's 8. Who is 77? And he's playing. Oh, where's Sealer? He's playing Sealer.
John Jenkins.
Boom.
Nice sack.
There
The Dolphins get home.
And that is Christian Wilkins. Coming
and that
from the
is
outside.
that is a coverage sack right there.
Yep. Herbert never felt it either. Like he's lucky he held on to that.
Dropped 8, rushed 3.
And just like that, end of the first quarter, scoreless on primetime football. What is going on?
Calls for a refill.
Yes.
I shall be back.
Well, no, we'll be back, all of us, after the break. Okay, so we are back from the break. Second quarter about to begin. Look, Jeff, I'm obviously the Dolphins fan here, so I'm the one offended right now. The fact that this game is number one scoreless, and the fact that the Dolphins defense is struggling, and the fact that the Dolphins offense is struggling. We are lucky to be tied right now. The Chargers should be leading, and it's another one of these games where the Dolphins are not necessarily lucking out because obviously they've made the stops when they need to, but it's another one of these cases where the Dolphins are not playing good, but they're not playing bad. I don't know what this team's about. I really don't.
Yeah, stat wise, if you look at the breakdown, we're getting dominated. I mean, literally, we've had 10 yards of offense. Now we got to get off the field here.
So obviously, start of the second quarter, Chargers on the opposite side of the field, inside the 30. Another screen pass. That's
Boy, good thing we had that
easy.
sack.
Eckler, too easy.
Look, being down 3-0 here after the way the game started, that's a win in itself.
Absolutely.
All right, so Chargers going to kick the field goal here. This is going to be relatively easy. We shall see, though.
Is it me or are teams struggling to put the ball in the end zone a lot more this year than ever?
It really feels that way. It really does feel that way, man. I mean, I feel like there's less conversions coming inside the 10 and the 5. It's a lot more.
Yeah, it could be from watching a lot of Saints games or the Jets, actually all year.
Maybe you watch the Broncos.
Oh boy.
So hey, again, you're right though, Jeff. Right now, being down 3-0, the way that this game is gone, that's an absolute victory. We need a drive here, and by that I mean it needs to come out, and we need to run the ball. Like I don't care. Your first 2 downs. Look, we know we have plays that can bust off chunks of 12, 10, 8, 15, whatever. Run the ball twice. Give yourself a 3rd and 2, right? Or even if it's 3rd and 7, so what? At least, again, your defense is breathing.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense has been on the field probably 13 minutes.
Yeah, if you're not getting safeties or linebackers to bite on your play action because you never run the ball, just stop with the play action. They might as well be running play action with an empty backfield the way they've been calling plays.
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson, he might have seen the field, but he hasn't touched the ball yet.
Now, Mostert's only carried it twice. I don't know. There was something weird, man. When they just showed that shot of Mostert, something in his eyes, dude. He didn't look like he's kind of, I don't know.
He looked
There's difference. You see a look in somebody's eyes when they're like ready to play and ready to go. I didn't see that.
Wait, by the way, isn't that crazy that Tyreek Hill had 6 targets?
Yeah.
And 2 was only completed
2 passes.
2 passes.
Well, they've had 9 plays, haven't they?
Yep.
All right.
2 runs.
First down. There's a pitch. Oh my God.
Jeff Wilson.
Swallowed up.
Okay. Look. No
Kyle
worse than if he would have thrown the ball.
Well, I'll tell you this. Kyle Van Noy absolutely ate him up.
Look, at least run some clock. The defense has been on the field nonstop.
Yeah. So, loss of 3 on that run from Jeff Wilson. See, I think they should keep Jeff Wilson to a receiving back. He's a very good receiving back. Let Mostert, run the ball on the ground. Fake pitch. Tua is going to launch it deep.
Oh, what the?
Oh, my goodness. And again, Tyreek Hill. I really am getting pissed off right now because Tyreek Hill, that might have been a bad throw. I have to see the route, but
I don't
either
think
way,
that was a bad throw.
Tyreek Hill is not.
He wasn't looking for the ball. That's for damn sure.
That's a touchdown. Where's he turning to look?
Why did he turn? I don't know what's going on here. I'll tell you this.
What?
Huh?
Why?
Okay, it was a bad throw though. It was because
No,
it
if
wasn't.
Tyreek,
No,
why
I
was he
don't
looking
think it
behind him?
was. He stopped running.
If Tyreek keeps running through without looking behind, what was he even looking behind? He didn't get touched.
The ball
Wow.
was way in front of him though. You think he could have caught up to that? And he gets
Yeah,
sacked.
but Tyreek
He
Hill's the
slowed
fastest
down.
dude in the NFL. If he keeps in stride,
Either way, Kyle Van Noy gets a sack, and this game is just. I mean, Tua is
what was he
not.
looking at? Like you saw what I was saying, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
What would possibly cause Tyreek to turn his head there?
Jeff, look at the replay. Your boy Armstead got absolutely bullied by someone way smaller than him.
Well,
Hate this. Hate to see
it
it.
looks
Now
like
officially,
Armstead
I
lost
bully
his footing
Armstead.
a little bit.
It was a spin. It was a spin move, though. It wasn't bullied, but it was a spin move on Armstead. Oh
No,
my
that'll
God.
happen, even with the great
That's-
ones.
Oh my God,
Oh,
that punt
man.
return was nice. And just like that, the Chargers are already past midfield, and the Dolphins can't even get past midfield themselves.
Hey,
See, we
if
can't
they
get
hold them
5
to
yards
3
back
or
wrong,
less,
too. I still really can't. I don't understand. What was
it's not.
Tyreek
It's
looking?
yeah, in the first drive, the ball that they didn't show a replay of that looked like it went right through Tyreek's arms. Looked like he wasn't ready for that either. I'm not sure what.
Well, he's definitely off tonight. Now, we're not going to argue about whether Hill could have caught up to that or not because the play's over. But the fact that Hill is not hauling in catches, whether it's his fault or Tua's fault, is concerning, right? Because, again, this is a team effort, right?
Well,
You
Tua
would think,
and
but again,
The
our
timing
only
being off
passes
is a
went
big
to
problem.
yes.
Yeah.
But
only
again,
passes went to Tyreek. So then just use him as a decoy, dude.
yes.
If he's not feeling it, just start moving the ball around.
And you know what? That's why Trent Sherfield's been so impactful because Waddle and Hill are being decoys, right?
Yeah, the offense looks completely out of sync. Just there's nothing there at all.
And the problem is next week their schedule gets even harder. First of all, I don't think the Dolphins have a chance to win next week. So this is a must win because you're going to Buffalo in the cold at night, another primetime game. It's not even just that it's cold. The Bills are a very talented team. You need to win this game.
There's some games, some drives, the Dolphins offense looks absolutely unstoppable. And there are other times that it looks like we couldn't move the ball against Florida State.
And that's the problem because we don't know what Dolphins team we're getting.
Ever.
You know, it's like with the Broncos, you know they're bad. You know the Chiefs and Bills are good. With the Lions are honestly in a better spot than the Dolphins because you know that when the Lions play bad, they play bad. And when they play good, they play good. With the Dolphins, some games you get a mix of both and you just hate it because it just causes so much stress for us Dolphin fans.
I don't see any fire in this Dolphins team right now. You kind of see when people are pumped up and ready to play, ready to go. Nobody really looks like that.
And it's going to be hard. And it's going to be hard to get that energy back in them until halftime because you're on the road at night. It's just not going to happen until you get out of the second half. Not out of the second half, out of halftime, back onto the field. So
A lot of time, the easiest way to get some fire under your offense is just run the ball down their throats, man. Get the linemen fired up, firing out.
Or how about just not throw to Hill anymore until he gets back on track?
I think that's got to be.
I'm just confused at how they're so out of sync. It's not like they've missed time together or anything.
No. Well, I mean, and they've been completely one-dimensional.
Yeah. Trick play can be beneficial. Good pressure again. Herbert escapes.
Yeah, Christian Wilkins is in the pocket all night. I mean, Christian Wilkins, thank God.
Yeah. I'd like to see more from Bradley Chubb. Am I right, Jeremiah?
Yeah. You know, what Season Trader was saying there, you know what, on offense, it might not be a bad idea. I usually hate offensive like wide receiver screens or something.
Yeah.
But maybe an end around or something to get Tyreek running the ball.
You know, I think, well,
just-
first of all, Waddle is just as speedy. I think Waddle should do a run or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen Waddle, right? Missed one ball, and that's he's done.
he got that one target on the second play of the game, and that's it. Herbert.
There we come again.
Fake handoff. Gets the throw off, though.
Wide
Joshua
receiver.
Kelly. That's going to be close to a first down.
I think he got it.
Kelly and Eckler are very similar backs, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, 3rd and inches. Hopefully they try to take it right in the middle. Or
too.
not,
They get
because
it.
he
Oh,
just
my
gashed
goodness.
us.
Joshua Kelly gets
Wow.
inside the 20. My God. And that was up the middle. That wasn't even outside.
Yeah, that gashed it. What happened to the entire linebacking core? How did they all go to the right and he went to the left? Oh, ugh.
And you know what's funny?
Xavier.
He could have gone outside
Yeah.
too.
Oh, that's beautiful blocking too.
Yeah,
It was a
because
good
you know
block.
what? You know what? He could have gone outside and got
Howard.
the same amount of yardage because the outside
Ah.
was open as well. So the Dolphins had to hold up the middle and did not set the edge.
Defense has got to get a turnover here, man.
Another run.
Just hold them to 3.
Yeah. I
You
feel
see
like
who was
that's been
on-
the Dolphins' D this year, right?
Hey,
It's a bend,
Jeremiah.
don't break, bend, don't break.
Did he see who was on top of the running back there? Christian
Wilkins again?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's doing too much at this point.
Dude, he's a player.
Yeah, look at that.
Good
And
to see
Phillips
Jalen
got in
Phillips
too.
in there,
Yeah,
coming from
but
the other side.
look at Wilkins. I mean,
Well, look,
no-
Chubb is getting knocked out on that edge. When we're talking about setting the edge, the ends are not setting the edge at all.
Yeah, Bradley Chubb has done nothing. Seriously, really.
Alert, he's calling off the audible.
2nd and 8.
Oh.
Fake handoff. Roll out. Herbert has time. Throws it back in the end zone. Caught. Mike Williams, touchdown. He got both of his feet down.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. I knew it was coming, Jeremiah. You knew they would have to have a big lead because they are dominating us.
Dolphins
yeah,
are
yeah.
dead right now. I mean, there's just no energy whatsoever on that sideline
Oh,
from anybody.
Williams
Great
got
catch.
up. And look at the coverage there.
And
It's
that's on
just-
Howard.
So Howard's not
No,
even
Howard
guarding.
dropped off.
Yeah.
So then how are you leaving linebackers, man?
Oh my
Come
gosh.
on.
Yeah. Did they leave a Landon Roberts for him? Is that
Yeah,
52?
Landon Roberts switched off from Xavier Howard.
That extra point's good. 10 to
Howard
nothing.
jams him, and you leave him with Landon Roberts over the middle.
Jeff, I think our Dolphins might be playing worse than the Saints do.
No, not
No?
that bad.
You know, the good thing is this, though, Isaac. You know what? This is the first Dolphins team that can hypothetically get out of this quickly. Right? When any other Dolphins team I remember watching, like the Tannehill Dolphins, we're down 10 points at halftime. It's a struggle, right? I mean, literally, this is a Dolphins offense that we can't forget that is one pass away from a touchdown. I
You're
mean,
right.
we've never had that ability before, at least not
You're
in my
right.
lifetime.
But I don't think it could happen until the second half because the Dolphins are on the road right now and they cannot put it together until,
Yep.
the locker room speech
I saw-
comes
look.
from Mike McDaniel.
I saw it happen in Baltimore, right? And what's really funny is those big plays will spark.
Yeah.
But I think you got to get Waddle involved right now. If you can't get Hill involved, he's missing everything that you're going after him. Everything's being funneled at him. Find
Yeah.
a way to get Waddle involved right now.
Yeah. And you know something? You saw that Dolphins come back in person, so I'm going to trust your word on that one, Jeremiah.
Well, dude, the energy changes quickly with that one big play, right? Because, I mean, everybody on the Dolphins sideline, if anybody's ever been in a game before, you're looking at 10-0, and you're like, okay, on the ropes, we're really not getting anything going. And when you get one big play like that, it's kind of like a reset button. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. Now we're
Yeah.
back, right?
Yeah.
Now we're good. Let's grow.
I'll say this, Jeremiah. The Chargers are showing that they have 4 receivers who can really play. The Dolphins need to wake up, and they need to wake up right now. They're getting the ball down 10-0. Okay, it's fine. Throw it to Hill again. I mean, he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. But based on his play tonight, you have to get Waddle involved, or Trent Sherfield, or Gesicki, or Alec Ingold, somebody.
We have seen probably 7 Chargers touch the ball on offense.
Yes.
We've seen 2 from Miami 3.
Exactly.
Sorry. Jeff Wilson got 1 carry, Mostert 2, and Tyreek's caught 2 balls.
Yes. Well, Waddle technically touched the ball, but
But you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you got 7 guys making plays on the offense on the other side.
I
From
believe
Eckler to Kelly to Keenan to Everett to Williams to Palmer.
Jeff. I think. What's his name?
You drawing it up?
I'm drawing up that 3rd and inches play, man. Look at this blocking scheme. You got the Dolphins have these 4 guys.
Yep.
See if I can get this right. These 4 defensive tackles in here. This is just hat on a hat. The left tackle takes out the left guard, center. Now the right tackle kind of has to cut block his guy. That right guard pulls.
Yep.
He comes out and he's blocking Xavier Howard 1-on-1.
Yeah.
The tight end over here.
That is pretty impressive.
Blocks the mic. The fullback takes out the weak side backer, Van Ginkel. Wide open hole.
Yeah. That went hat on hat. And Xavier
Hat on
got
hat.
lit up.
Beautiful. It's a ballet, man.
We're better than the Manning cast. I mean, that presentation by Jeff was terrific, especially on his birthday. Amazing.
Next year we're going telestrator, buddy.
I need a telestrator because I'm working like in a mirror basically.
Yeah, and it flips it. Well, let me tell you something, Jeff. Morstead, I think, has touched the ball more than Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill has gotten more targets.
So starting off with Jeff Wilson in the backfield, going in motion. So now we're going to end up with 5 wide.
Yep, 5 wide, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Tua gets the throw off. That is way
trying to get it over to Gesicki, but
Gesicki's too slow to catch up to that one.
Okay, maybe I'm missing this, but Jeff Isaac, have you seen Tua go through any progression so far? I feel like he's throwing first look. That was first look to Gesicki.
He's not looking around to anyone else.
He's not at all. He's not progressing at all. He's just coming out and throwing first ball.
And you know why? I think Tua really focuses on his release point, but they got Armstead back. I mean, he could take more time to look around and scan.
Yeah, I haven't seen him go through a progression at all.
Look, I'm feeling it. This is going to be another 3rd down. Another one. Yep, incomplete. Waddle. Oh, I don't know what to say. What is going on? There's a flag. It might be PI. We'll have to see.
Pass interference?
Maybe. They don't show the replay until after the penalties.
The other thing is the balls that he's throwing across the middle, there's a certain touch required.
First down.
I feel like he's throwing everything right now like at a 10 when some of those could be thrown at a 7.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, look at this ball. I don't think he needs to have as much heat on that ball as he does.
Good call by the refs right there. Definitely PI. Waddle could have caught that without the PI. Still was in his hands.
Yeah. Hey, that's a gimme. We got to get something going from here.
Finally a first down, but the
Wilson
refs
in
handed it
motion.
to us.
There you
the
go,
handoff.
Jeff Wilson. That's the first time we've been ahead of the sticks all night.
Should I say, Jeremiah, that I am starting Jeff Wilson in my fantasy lineup tonight, so I'd like to see him get the ball. Second down. See, that's the gain we need to get. It doesn't need to be a 10-yard gain, but that was 6 yards. That's what we need.
Yeah, 7-yard carry. Like now, 2nd and 3, your whole playbook's open. Now they could actually bite on a play action, thinking that you're going to try to push it up in there, and you get one over the top. You lose out, you're 3rd and 3. It's just a whole new game.
I love that McDaniels keeping Wilson in the backfield.
There it is.
Oh, my God.
Right,
nice
Jeff.
run. Oh, no.
What? Wait. Tyreek.
Uh-oh.
No way.
No way.
Wow. Hey, seasoned trader. There's your trick play.
Touchdown, Tyreek Hill. Oh, my goodness. Jeff Wilson.
Your trick play.
Do I get double fantasy points for that? Oh,
I don't know how that scores fantasy. It's not a rush.
So, wait.
It's a fumble return touchdown for Tyreek.
No, you know what? Wilson's going to lose. Uh-oh. Touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
Wow.
Hey, one play gets us back in.
But let's say, first of all, that
Definitely
ball was knocked out. But no, come on. Show the ball on the ground. I want to see if no one landed on it. There we go. Let's see. The ball was just rolling around.
Armstead had it. It pops out.
And no one's catching Hill. There's no way anyone could
I
catch Hill.
told you Armstead's the MVP of this team. Look at that.
Wow. So what a turn of events.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky.
Hey, Jesus.
No, Chase. He made that, right? No. Yes, he made that. Okay. Jeremiah, I was questioning if he made that because they didn't change the score.
I was too. I didn't see it.
Okay,
Season
again,
called it, man. We just had to run. Hey, we just had to line up the fumble Rooski.
Jeremiah, but here's the problem again, and this is where I get mad. We were basically handed that touchdown because if that's not a fumble, it's just a first down. So the Dolphins are not scoring themselves. This is the problem. Am I right? It's like
you are right, Isaac, but also we've never had this capability. We've never had the capability that a bounce could give us a touchdown at any given point in time.
Yes, but we can't expect that.
Beautiful thing about Tyreek Hill. I mean, literally, anytime the ball is in this guy's hands, there's a shot that he's gone. And Waddle can be the same way. Like you're right though. The offense was stalling out again. Jeff Wilson has 2 good runs, then he fumbles. We're still not completing passes, right? Our best pass play has been a pass interference.
Is that the luckiest touchdown in NFL history?
I don't know,
Not
man.
in
The
NFL
immaculate
history,
reception.
but it's lucky. Look, anytime the ball hits the ground, there's a lot of luck involved in who recovers it. It's not a round ball. It's oblong. It doesn't bounce predictably. When someone's fumbling it, especially, they're not forcing it to the ground at an angle like a punter can to make it bounce a certain way. No, that was luck. And then luck that the ball squirted out. Luck that the ball squirted out to Tyreek Hill in space.
And that everybody was in a big ass pile. Because even if they were up with a head start, they'd have a hard time catching him around the corner. But they're all laying on their bellies.
By the way, I really wanted to see Christian Wilkins run that ball into the end zone. But it would have been nice to see him run 50 yards down the field. He would have made it in.
I don't think if he recovered that fumble, he would have run for a touchdown. Just a hunch.
I think me and Jeremiah disagree.
You know what, man? This is, again, it's a weird feeling I'm getting used to as a Dolphin. Now let's see what the defense looks like when they come back out. Because chances are that play, that energy, a guy like Tyreek, it's going to bleed. And if the defense comes out now charged back up, you could very well see the Dolphins get a 3-and-out here and then go right back down and score, go into halftime with a 14-10 lead. It can happen that quick because when that energy, man, dude, momentum is so crucial in all of the NFL. When guys are so evenly matched, it's the momentum. It's how you're getting this going. And a big play like that with Tyreek could spark everything. So we're going to see how that turns around. I mean, what? That was 50 yards? How far did he go? 60?
That was 57 or 58. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to check my phone and see how they score that because definitely
Yeah,
Jeff
I'm
Wilson.
wondering how that scores in fantasy.
Well, here's what I think before I check. Jeff Wilson's going to get the yards for his run, but he's going to lose points for the fumble, right? Because he fumbled.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think he'll lose.
No, he won't lose points because we didn't lose the fumble. If you don't lose the fumble, you don't lose points.
He didn't lose the fumble.
Okay. But Hill's going to get rushing yards for that.
No, it's fumble return yards.
Really?
So would
he
it
shouldn't
technically
get
be
rushing yards?
But it's not defensive.
It's like a return.
That would be great.
Fumble recovery.
If it counts as a special teams touchdown, I got the Dolphins everywhere. That would be phenomenal.
It counts as a return touchdown for Hill, but a fumble return.
Yeah, it is a fumble
Look
return.
at this.
Come on,
look at the Chargers
Ron
player
Armstead, that's the best
32.
no-look pass in the history of Miami.
Was that kicked out or handed
Yeah,
out?
it looked like Armstead had it, and it literally looked like he just kicked it out.
Okay.
There's
So
a
here we
Chargers
go.
player
Look at
standing
that.
next to Tyreek Hill celebrating when he picks up the
Eckler
ball.
tries to get the edge, and Jalen Phillips set the edge. First time all night we've set the edge. Don't tell me momentum matters.
Jeff, you're right. Fumble recover for a touchdown. And then, yes, Jeff Wilson doesn't get the fumble. You're right.
So does Tyreek get the touchdown?
Yes, fumble recovery
Okay.
for a touchdown. Basically like you were on defense.
All right, 2nd and 8. Now we get a little bit of a head of steam on the D. Eckler's coming back in motion. You got Everett stacked up on the right, swinging out. Oh, some heat coming again, and wrap them up.
And look who's on him again.
Yep. Wilkins is all over the place.
I mean, if he did this every game, I think he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
He does this a lot more
like a
than
middle
people pay
linebacker.
attention to. He has an impact every week.
3rd and 5. Now, by the way, hopefully that Tyreek Hill touchdown gives us momentum because Tua still hasn't been good at all.
That's right.
And
But if
Hill,
we get
honestly,
3 and out right here, watch the offense.
Hill hasn't been good. He just ran the ball in open space. I mean, how easy is that for him?
That false start, or do we get offsides? False start. Give that 5 away. I still can't get over the fact that we had a false start earlier that was everyone but the center. I don't see that often.
So now I think the Dolphins are going to draw inspiration for a trick play, a real trick play, not a lucky trick play, a skill trick play.
Wilkins in 1.5 quarters has 6 tackles and a sack.
Dude, he's all over the place.
There's the Dolphin fans, Jeremiah. All right, 3rd and 10. Big defensive
Got
stop
a
needed here.
lot of room over on the left side. Get on him.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Hey, Eric Rowe. Eric Rowe.
From behind.
Hey, what I say? Momentum. It's rolling. It's rolling.
By
Tyreek
the
gets
way-
a big one.
By the way, you know how big that is for Rowe? Because he was inactive the other
It's
week
enormous.
by choice, not by injury.
Look at that.
You know,
Boom.
that was the Dolphins management.
Yeah, he was a DNP, right?
Healthy
Coach's
scratch, right?
decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, coach's decision.
All
right,
right.
here we go.
So after all of this, we're about to.
Cedric Wilson is returning punts now. I'm better than Jalen Waddle being back there.
In the playoffs, maybe, but I guess they have to have practice. So at this rate, no.
And of course, we hold on the receiving, so we'll take that. That's all right. Again, now let's see what happens here. A little bit of momentum. Let's see what the offense does, right?
Yes, but Tua still has only completed 2 passes for 13 yards. So
Streaky. This whole offense is streaky. It's
Yeah.
about if you find the rhythm right now.
And technically, because that Tyreek Hill touchdown doesn't count towards our offensive stats,
Right.
we do not really have any stats on offense.
None. But, dude, it really is, Isaac. We are blessed in a lot of ways that teams aren't. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but like Jeff, is there a guy on the Saints who can make that play? Is there a guy on the Saints that if that pops out to, he's easily going?
Kamara.
Rashid Shaheed, maybe.
Right? On the Chargers.
Deontay Hardy when he was healthy.
On the Chargers, if that same thing happens and it pops out to Keenan Allen, Keenan Allen's not going is 60, right? Eckler's not going 60. Like, it is a blessing to have the home run hitters that we have. I've never felt it, man. As good as Duper and Clayton were, they're fantastic, but they were great route runners and they got open. They weren't guys that literally, if a corner misses, you're done.
Eckler's not going 60?
No. Somebody would walk them down.
No one's
he's fast,
got
but
the
he's
speed
not.
of Tyreek.
As soon as Tyreek got that corner, like, there wasn't a chance.
Yeah, the
And that
thing
could have
is,
been Mostert.
you're
That
not
could've been
drawing it
Waddle.
up. I mean, there's
True.
don't take the luck out of it. There's a million things that have to go right. It's the rat getting Ant-Man out of the quantum tunnel kind of thing. Like
True.
Hey, but
100%. But what I'm saying is, even with that luck in years prior, there wasn't a Dolphin who could have scooped that up, and we still had a touchdown. They might have got a first down.
I'll say this.
Might have got a
No
20-yard game.
No one expected the ball to pop out, and no one was on the sidelines. Everyone was in the huddle of where the ball was. So I honestly think that slower players would have scored. Honestly, like, obviously Hill doesn't just have speed, but he was on the right side of the field with no one near him, and he was paying attention. Like let's say the ball popped out to Tua. Tua wasn't even looking. It's
Right.
No, if you look at the replay, 32 Gilman on the Chargers is celebrating, throwing his
yes.
fists
Was that
around. He is standing a foot away from Tyreek Hill when he picks up the ball, but he's over here doing a little jig instead of watching the play.
well,
You
you know,
know,
watch after the game. McDaniel says in his press conference that they practiced this. That's just gonna be.
I'll punch
Let's
him
see
in the
what
face
happens.
if he says that.
Well, you know, he sometimes says
Jeff
jokes.
Wilson's back in the game even after he coughed it up on the last one.
Well, he didn't cough it up.
Oh,
They knocked it out. Oh, that's
and
a
now-
run.
Dude. All right. I'm loving the energy that he's running with, but if Jeff Wilson doesn't start putting two hands on the ball, he looks like
Just
he's
like-
limping up, huh?
Just like Travis Etienne.
Yeah, I was going to say before he was injured, let's let Mostert run the ball a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, because
Talk to him
dude,
about ball security.
Oh, that
Dude.
ball. Oh, good
we're
strength though to
really
keep
lucky
that
that
ball.
one didn't come out.
Good strength.
Yeah,
Tua.
he's holding that ball.
God, Tua.
Oh, flag. Who's it on? That was a pump fake, right? And then he got the pass off.
It was a play action, and then he was going to try to toss it over.
Oh, yeah. Illegal man downfield. Declined,
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's already like, dude, as soon as the ball snapped, he's 3 yards downfield.
It's a curious decline there.
Well, I think they know that the Dolphins.
Jeff
Uh-oh.
Wilson looks like
Uh-oh.
that quad hurt.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. Mostert's just as good. We just can't give up on it.
Where's Alec Ingold, man? He's been productive. Nice job by Tua moving in the pocket. Nice, escaping pressure.
You know what? My favorite play that Tua's starting to make, the throw it out of bounds.
Yes,
Like, stop being a hero, dude. Like, you make so many mistakes when that happens.
I like that take. So it's going to be a third down, but it was the smart move. I mean, you don't want to
Yeah.
run that ball. You don't want to risk any turnovers. And
But, you know,
Again-
we're gashing them running the ball, and we come out, play action twice.
oh,
and
by the way,
don't
they
hand
keep
the
on
ball off.
showing Joey Bosa. I'm so happy because what we dealt with Nick Bosa last week, I did not want to deal with Joey Bosa this week.
Yeah, the offensive line is doing such a good job of getting off the ball right now, and then you immediately take it back away from them.
No one in the backfield. Tua.
There you go. Hey, Jalen Waddle sighting.
There we go. And Waddle was Cedric Wilson. It was Cedric Wilson, Jeremiah.
What?
Yes. It was Cedric Wilson.
What?
Cedric Wilson has caught a pass on offense. We know he could catch punt return
Well,
sometimes.
then good. At least it wasn't thrown to Tyreek. Like, let's just get other people involved.
But
That's
you
all I'm
see-
hoping for.
Why was Wilson open there? Because Waddle and Tyreek serve as decoys. There we go. And goes in there to block. Nice, Mostert.
Come on, Raheem.
Get to the outside, man.
What's different with Raheem today, dude?
But that was a nice block by Ingold.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ingold's been good for us this year. I mean, he's the second best fullback in the game, in my opinion, behind the 49ers fullback, Kyle,
Unsung.
whatever his name is.
Jusek or
Yeah.
Jusek or Jusek.
Yeah. All right, 2nd and 9. Damn, I thought Mostert got more than 1 yard there.
He went down pretty quick. Like, first shot takes him down.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yep, nothing you could do
Dude,
there.
there's been a lot of plays that just look ugly as hell, too. Like, what the was that? That never had a shot.
That's why I think we need to do
Draw
a trick.
that one up, Jeff.
That's why I
Well,
really think we need
here's
to
the
do a
thing
trick there.
here. There's a guy at number 52. His name is Khalil Mack. Typically, I suggest blocking him, not rolling a naked bootleg directly into him.
Was that Khalil Mack on the pressure right there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Unblocked
yeah.
by design.
Yeah.
They were just hoping he really bit badly.
All right, the Dolphins are going to call a timeout. Smart. They need this third down conversion. Because the Chargers are going to get the ball here
Yep.
if the Dolphins punt and to start the second half. So the Dolphins could really fall behind if they don't convert here on 3rd and 9.
I honestly forgot the Dolphins had the ball first.
Yes, exactly. So let's say we fail this 3rd down conversion. We punt. Let's say the Chargers score a touchdown. They're up 17-7, and then they get the ball. It could be 24-7. Very fast.
The old Belichick 2-for-1, right?
Exactly. So now, do we know who won the coin toss? Probably the Chargers.
The Chargers had to. The Dolphins never take the ball because McDaniel does the same thing. Dolphins always kick.
All right, here we go.
47 total yards on offense.
Sherfield.
Oh,
movement.
Is that a defense? That's the
Oh, you forgot to be kidding me. 3rd and 14 now. No.
So hey, by the way, if they're saying we have 47 yards of total offense, that means that Tyreek Hill fumble recovery is not counted toward offense.
Correct.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. So it means in fantasy, I don't think he gets credit for that.
No. I saw he gets credit for
Just
the
for the
fumble,
touchdown.
The touchdown. Which is rare because the defense would usually get credit for the fumble recovery touchdown. So instead, Tyreek is. You know what I'm saying?
Think of it more like a punt return.
Yeah. Think of it as a defensive touchdown, but
3rd
instead
and
of the points
14.
going to the defense, they're going to the offensive player.
Okay, we got time.
Nice pocket
Where's
presence. Nope. Yes, these plays are just not well designed.
He had a lot of time for that to be the
a
throw.
lot of time for that to be thrown 5 yards out of bounds.
It doesn't look like Tua's scanning the field, though.
He's not.
He got pushed out.
What are you even thinking there?
I'm gonna watch his head on the playback here.
But I'm sorry, Tua shouldn't be this what is it called? One-sided, because
He looked at Tyreek up the middle, and immediately once he saw that was covered, just chucked the ball out of bounds towards Sherfield.
Well, hey, Hill can get open even if he's
Let it keep coming. Let it keep coming. Let it keep coming.
Nice punt, Morstead. Oh, don't touch it yet.
All right, Morstead.
10-yard line. All right.
Commercial break.
Let's head to a quick break. We'll be right back. Fun game so far. 10-7, Chargers lead. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this has been a fun one so far. Obviously, a little stressful if you're a Dolphin fan, but to say the least, the Dolphins are only down by 3. They're down 10-7. The Chargers will have the ball in a couple of seconds. Jeremiah, my man, just express your thoughts. Let the tank out. What are you saying here?
We're lucky to be where we're at. I mean, this offense is just completely out of sync. There's no semblance of any kind of rhyme or reason for anything that we're doing. Jeff's got it drawn up for us. Bring it back to Telstra because I'm telling you, there's nothing there.
that 2nd and 9 play that
Huh?
was failed. I just drew where Khalil Mack is here on the field. Waddle comes in motion, fakes the pre-snap, fakes the end around. Now Tyreek over here runs a little route. This is a bootleg here. The entire offense blocks down away from Mack. Gesicki runs a go over here. You're faking the handoff to Waddle, the Mostert going to this side of the field. You're hoping that Mack bites. Mack didn't bite. Tyreek would have been wide open if he had. But
So
great
you
player
put a hat
making
on everybody except Khalil Mack. Look, there comes Wilkins again, creating havoc. All right.
Yeah, when I draw up the offense, all I'm saying is trusting Khalil Mack to be the guy who makes the mistake
Not a good
doesn't
call.
seem like the wise decision.
Yeah.
No.
By the way, that was
Wilson
a bullet
Jr.
pass.
is now on the cart.
By the way, that was a bullet pass, but Mike Williams is good
Jeff
hands.
Wilson on the cart.
By the way, Jeff, I think someone's going to have to hire you. Maybe ESPN will replace you with the Manning cast because
Imagine
I
how
think-
much better I'd be with more than dry erase markers and a whiteboard.
yeah, no, but I don't even know how you have time to draw up these plays, man. This is impressive.
It's got an eye for these things. I do coach football after.
Wow. Yep. Herbert is reading the defense pre-snap and making decisions based on that. Tua is just chucking first read.
By the way, is Mike Williams better than Keenan Allen? Because Howard is guarding Williams and Rowe is guarding
Yeah.
Allen.
Keenan is more of a Van Ginkel.
Almost deflected that from behind, but that's a first down and more for Austin Eckler. Who was that from behind? If he just got a
Ginkel,
finger on that,
I think.
that would have been
Ginkel.
a fumble. That was close.
Right there.
Oh, Van Ginkel. Yikes.
But nobody's out there.
Oh, wait, actually, Herbert.
Oh.
You think he felt that or he just happened to move his
He
own?
might have.
That's a first down.
Let's just
Blown
get
coverage
2 minute
again.
warning. Good
Ay,
Lord,
ay,
we
ay.
just need to make sure we hold a field goal here.
We are not pressing these wide receivers.
No. 2 minute warning.
Wow.
I'll
So
step away on this one.
Right now, you got one player on playmaker on defense. Wilkins has been all over the field. The other guys, eesh.
let me ask you, Jeff. Obviously, it's 10-7. The score says a lot, or maybe it doesn't, because obviously the Dolphins have been dominated. Obviously, the Dolphins' only points came from that, whatever you want to call it, fumble caused by the Chargers. The Chargers' defense basically gave us that, because if they didn't knock the ball out, the Dolphins may have 0 points on the board. Anyway, You've watched football for a while. I don't think you've seen a play like that, but you've seen a lot of plays, specifically your Saints, where, the offense is just sloppy and they're not finding the open receiver. But you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. What is going on? If you're the coach, do you do something differently? I mean, you kind of have to, or maybe it's just a mindset thing. I don't know.
No, I think you gotta do something to scheme the ball into their hands, and I think Jeremiah said it. Try an end around, just something. Get the ball in their hands, especially Waddle. I mean, at least they've been trying to feed the ball to Hill.
Yeah.
Waddle, does he have? I know he dropped like the second play of the game. Does he even have a ball thrown? No, just one target.
Yes.
I know he was banged up a little last week, but yeah, they got to do something different. Tua is 3 for 14 passing the football. I mean,
Wow, 21% completion percentage. That's not bad for any quarterback, but Tua is the accuracy guy. So whenever someone says Tua's bad, the first thing you say is he is so accurate. But tonight, he's been it's just everything's off. Receivers, quarterback, coaching, I don't know. Defense, you name it. Except Morstead. Morstead has been really good. And Jeff, you love Morstead, so that is a good sign.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl champion Thomas Morstead. But no, yeah, the Dolphins are out of sync offensively.
100%.
Defensively, I've always been a little iffy with the Dolphins this year.
We're getting some pressure.
Yeah, and look, Wilkins is playing out of this world. I mean, he deserves to win this game.
Yeah. We had half his heart on offense right now.
Yeah, or the other 10
All right,
guys.
Chubb got wide. Chubb should have the angle right here, man. There's no way that he shouldn't be able to speed rush this dude.
1st and 10, Chargers at the
And he got bumped
39-yard
straight
line.
off of it, and he went right back behind him.
Oh, my God. What a flip to Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's going to get the first down. Nice play. I thought Herbert was going to run that ball, but he did a quick flip.
But what a great job by the offensive tackle. He chipped Chubb to the outside, moved him past it, and Herbert stepped right up in the lane where he should have been.
That's like
that's how you handle the speed rush.
Go.
I mean, that was a great job.
A minute and a half left. Herbert's going to take a shot towards the end zone. Overthrow. 2nd down. So we just want to make this statement. We will end the stream at the end of the first half, but we will start a new stream for the second half of action. So if you don't see us live, that doesn't mean we quit. We will be back for the second half of action. Look, whether the Chargers score here or not, it's going to be a close game in the second half. And it's Sunday Night Football. It cannot be bad. It cannot be bad when you have us here.
3 of 14 for Mr. Tungalaiola.
Yes, we were talking about that.
Way to shut those critics up, Tua.
Well, you know why that's not shutting off the critics? Another flip. Wow, Herbert is.
I don't know if he caught that or not.
I'll say this. When you say Tua's not a good quarterback, Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's an incomplete pass.
When you say Tua's not a good quarterback, the first thing someone says is he's accurate.
Yep.
But his completion percentage will not support that argument tonight.
But you know what? I do think, Isaac, and you're one of the guys who does it too, and it's okay. You and I talk about it. Tua gets a bad rap. He's absolutely an NFL quarterback. He's absolutely in the upper half of NFL quarterbacks. Every quarterback's going to have games as they grow and they get through this. This is the most games Tua's played in a season, it feels like, in forever, with an offense that's built around him to do it. And if you look at him compared to Joe Burrow's numbers, look at Herbert's numbers, look at the quarterbacks in that draft class, and Tua is statistically better than all of them. Plain and simple. It's really not even close when you look at QBR and everything else. But Tua gets these knocks, and it is what it is. Some guys deal with it all their life. Drew Brees dealt with it a ton too, Jeff. You saw it. People didn't give Brees the credit he got until he won a Super Bowl. Always, they shipped him off for who? Was it Doug Flutie or what? Charlie Whitehurst? Who was San Diego banking on and letting or Phillip Rivers, right?
Rivers.
But still, Brees is a better, some guys are just going to go through this.
3rd and 10, and that looks to be complete. Uh-oh. First and goal. That was a nice catch by.
That was a false start by the right tackle.
Was that Palmer? Yeah. Yep, he got both of his feet down. Oh, my gosh. It's just a struggle. It really is. This Dolphins secondary is struggling. Even Xavier Howard. It seems like that the Chargers really need to keep on taking deep shots because Wilkins and Sealer are all over the ground game. But nothing's telling me that the Chargers can't push it downfield with this weak secondary. Oh, the pressure.
Jalen Phillips got him one.
Jalen Phillips. There we go. Yeah.
Herbert does remind me a lot of Dan Marino. I mean, just arm talent-wise. I mean, he makes some very nice throws, and he gets rid of the ball pretty quick, too.
Nice.
Maybe it's build.
No one was even guarding Phillips. Yeah, Phillips was left open. All right, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I have to think that was Eckler's responsibility there. Because the right tackle has to block inside on the blitzer.
Was Eckler on the side of the field that Phillips was on?
Yeah, Eckler ran out for a route.
Yes, because I
Time
saw
of
Jerome
possession.
Baker. Yes, Jeff, I
20
saw.
minutes to 8 minutes and 41 seconds.
Yes, Jeff, I saw Jerome Baker roll out to guard Eckler. You're
8
right.
minutes and 41 seconds in the first half that we've had the ball.
Second
Not
and
a
goal
minute.
at the 15.
Half of a quarter. There comes Chubb on him.
Finally,
And
that's
there you
complete.
go.
But that's going to be a loss of yards. Nice. Up flag.
Dude, they might get a 15-yarder here. He hit him helmet to helmet. He squared him up.
Who's this going to be on?
No, they're saying ineligible downfield.
Yep.
All right, so that's on the Chargers. So the Dolphins are going to decline this.
Decline, yeah. I thought they were going to get him right here because, look, he does go square in the face mask.
So, look, the Dolphins might escape this with a field goal.
Third
for the
and goal.
Chargers. But it does suck that the Chargers get the ball first in the second half.
This defense is Houdini.
Bend and
Hey,
break.
if we get the ball back with, a minute left.
I think the Dolphins offense is just needs to go into the. I mean, they're going to take
no
shots.
timeout.
Get out of there. Yeah, take a knee.
Yeah.
I let Mostert run the ball.
They're going to take a few shots, but they're going to be unsuccessful. They need to just get to that locker room and change up things. No, they're definitely going to take shots. They're not going to take a knee. I know McDaniel, he is not going to take a knee, but I'm just saying that it's not going to work.
Well, for all you know, the Chargers run if the ball ends up in bounds, there's going to be no time left.
Yeah.
Dolphins don't have any timeouts to play with, so.
Jalen Phillips is a Chargers fan.
Yeah, didn't he go to USC first?
Not Miami. Oh, maybe.
And then he had some concussion issues, I think, and then transferred to Miami.
You have to have brain damage to go to the University of Miami.
It's a prerequisite.
There's some Canes fans watching.
I know.
Three-man rush, but look, they're getting some pressure.
Don't worry, it went over their head.
Eckler, screen passes, a lot of blockers. No. Oh, he's going to be short. They're going to go for it.
So what do you do now, Mr.
Now
Staley?
You have to go for it. You're 4th and 1.
Absolutely.
You have to go for it.
I'm down with that. Go ahead. That means you leave us within a field goal because if we get a stop right here, you just take a knee and you literally let it go to the half.
Well, you can't take a knee in the
Yeah,
end
you
zone.
can. Quarterback sneak it forward.
Well, they need a few yards.
The spot was actually generous. That ball was about 6 inches away from going in.
Yeah.
Good blockers. Really, I tell you, Eckler is so shifty. Once he gets to the outside, it's all about that. The Dolphins linebackers, can they catch up? Yeah, obviously, any head coach would go for this here.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, he was this short at end zone. They marked him closer to the 1, but
Jeff, this is my exact point from earlier. You kicked the field goal originally. You're up 6 now.
Yeah.
You kicked the field goal. Now you're up 9. You're up a touchdown plus your 2 possessions.
if they score a touchdown here, they're up 10.
Sure, which is
You
still
have
2
to.
possessions.
Okay,
But
Jeremiah,
you could have kicked the field goals.
if you're a head coach, you're kicking a field goal here? Really?
No, if you would have kicked it earlier.
Yeah,
Then
but
you
the
kick it
whole
again.
the whole game plays out differently if you
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I say take points when the points are there, man.
But I still
Take the
agree with the
point.
Chargers going for it earlier. They just picked the worst play call possible.
Look, they got a field goal on their drive after that. They also got great field position because the Dolphins got 1 first down and had to punt. That's what I'm saying. It all plays into it. The Dolphins didn't get the ball at the 25 and punt from the 35. They got the ball at the 2 and they punted from the 13.
I've never had the analytical brain that thinks Moneyball or anything else above it. So to me, I'm like, points are points. Take the points.
By the way,
take the
guys,
point.
who are we going with here?
Here we go.
Pass or run?
Don't run up the middle.
They're going to call a timeout. Yeah. You still have 1 timeout left, so why not?
Yeah, see how they're lining up.
But I tell you, I think the Chargers, I mean, you'd have to look at like PFF or whatever. The earlier 4th down play, I think they had an above a 50% chance of converting it. They just picked a terrible play call. And the guy also stumbled, which did not help.
Yeah,
Here,
if
you
it's
better
a
know what
pass,
you're
I
doing.
hope it's a pass in the end zone. That's
Yeah,
one
not a
thing that
little
drives
point.
me insane.
Well, Hey, kicker's still warming up on the side. I love to see
This is the
it.
kind of shit that loses you jobs, though, man. It really is. Even if it makes sense logically. If he goes for this and they miss it, and they only are up 40,
Looks like they're set to run it up the middle.
Yeah,
up the
but
gut.
they're going to trade for Sean Payton. He would have gone for it both times too.
It looks like they're running up the gut.
Yeah, this might be a bootleg.
Maybe. Oh, someone's in motion. Oh, they're just gonna run it up the middle, guarantee. Yep.
you got it.
And yep, they got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Ay.
Still could have been a lot worse.
I think if Eckler ran for it earlier in the game, they would have got it. I know they needed an extra yard, but so wow, it's going to be 17-7, and then the Chargers are going to get the ball.
Not good.
That's going to be a big defensive possession to start the second half.
Really big.
Yeah,
I mean, have they stopped the Chargers from moving the ball at all? Have they had 4 possessions?
Yes, because Cedric Wilson returned a punt.
Oh, they did get one. They forced one punt, so they had 5.
Yeah. Well, now you have to kneel it here, right? Obviously.
I
we're going.
it off to Mostert, but yeah,
no.
Either or.
With the way the Dolphins are playing, you better kneel it.
I don't know. The fumble's been
No,
their best
I mean,
play.
shit. Now you go 5 wide with Miami and just chuck the hell out of it. If you get it downfield, you get a pass interference. Wait, you get a pass interference call, you maybe end up in enough field goal range. You got Tyreek and Waddle.
I really think this Dolphins offense just needs to get to the locker room. Seriously.
See, this is the point where you have nothing to lose. If they intercept it, what are the chances they're returning it for a touchdown?
No, they got a timeout. They intercepted at the 50. They just need 15 more yards. They can get the field goal.
This guy on TV, Tomlinson, would return it.
Well, I don't think currently.
Yeah.
Yes. No, you know what?
Not how I saw this going, man.
This is going to be interesting to see what happens. My bet
Chargers defense is not that good, and the offense looks miserable.
You know something? The Dolphins will not kneel it, but I think they should. I don't think they will, but they should.
They have no timeouts. I don't. I really don't see any.
There's obviously
two. Here.
There's two.
Run a toss play to Mostert and see if he picks up 30 yards.
I go the opposite. This is the one where I put Waddle on one side, I put Hill on the other, and I say just go, and you let Tua just chuck it as far as he possibly can.
Now that's what you think should happen, but you think that will happen?
I will. I don't know.
If they do that, I hope for a strip fumble.
Looks like, they're not going to kneel it at this rate.
Chargers taking a timeout. They're like, well, shit, they're not going to kneel it.
So, Jeff, now the Chargers, if they get an interception, they can't.
I think it's a draw. I think it's a draw to Mostert, though.
Could be.
I really do. Now that they use the timeout, I mean, but what are you really going to do?
I go back to the fact that you've got guys on the Dolphins who can make one big play.
I'll tell you what's going to happen.
They're going to be having 3 safeties deep on this.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Tua's completion percentage is going to get even worse.
Yeah, well, you can't get much worse than where it's at right now. Good news is, again, remember, I was ready to call for him getting benched against Baltimore. I was done with Tua.
Is Bridgewater active?
I don't think so.
Well, then, never mind, because Skylar Thompson. Oh, my God, Tua. Tons of pressure. See, I'm telling you this.
That's why you don't. I feel like you just lost more momentum. You can't even drop your quarterback back without him scrambling for his life.
So I'm right. This offense.
Run the ball. Run the ball. Go to half. Get off the field.
Don't even run the ball.
Isaac.
Just kneel it and get to the locker room. Really, don't even run the ball. This offense needs to get to the locker room.
The only reason I'm saying run the ball is I think Mostert's mentally checked out of this game. Give him a carry here.
Yeah.
They're going to throw it again here.
Mentally checked out.
I think they should just run a draw play with Mostert.
Yep.
Oh, they do.
Hey, so by the way, in my big money fantasy league, I came into this game tonight leading. I'm in the last playoff spot. I'm leading one of the division leaders by 1.5 points. I'm playing against Tyreek Hill. I have Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, and the Dolphins defense. So that fumble return could very well have sank me. But according to CBS, no one gets points. It's an offensive fumble recovery, not even touchdown points. So
Wow,
my phone's been lighting up with arguments to the commissioner for the whole, ever since that play. Good times.
All right, so we have reached halftime, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fun half. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Isaac Edelman, Jeff Nacolino, the birthday boy, Jeremiah Hensley. Here, Dolphins going into the locker room, to say the least, heavily outplayed. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back in the second half, up 17-7. We will end the stream. We will be back for the second half, so make sure to check out the FL Teams YouTube page, FL Teams on Twitter, and FL Teams on Facebook to watch the stream. You don't want to miss the second half. Should be fun. We'll have more jokes to break and more NFL talk.
A lot of football left.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Stay tuned for the second half. Thank you.